There's a quiet voice that speaks to your soul, especially when the world feels heavy. It's the voice that whispers when everything else goes silent, when the noise fades and you're left alone with your thoughts. That voice says, you were made for more. You're not here by accident. There's a reason for every breath you take. Life is short, the days pass faster than we expect, and too often we spend them chasing things that never truly satisfy. But deep down, we all long for something real, something eternal. And that begins when we decide to live each day not for ourselves, but for something higher, for God. Living for God doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you have all the answers or that you never struggle. It simply means waking up every day with a heart willing to trust, to love, and to walk with purpose. It means looking at your life and asking, what am I doing with the time I've been given? Because time is not promised. And yet every moment is an opportunity to live with meaning. Maybe you've been hurt, maybe you felt lost or tired or unsure, but even in that place there is hope. There is a light that still shines, and when you live for God, even your darkest days can hold beauty, and your hardest battles can bring growth. You begin to see life not just as something to survive, but as something sacred. Every sunrise becomes a gift. Every struggle becomes a lesson, and every act of love becomes a step towards something eternal. So as you listen today, open your heart. Let these words remind you of the life you were meant to live, not just a life of routine, but a life of purpose, a life rooted in something greater. Because when you live every day for God, you don't just exist, you shine, you rise, and you begin to walk the path you were always meant to walk. Every breath is a gift, not a guarantee. We often wake up and move through the day assuming tomorrow will come. We plan, we delay, we procrastinate thinking we have time. But the truth is, life is fragile. One moment we're here, the next moment can change everything. The people we love, the time we spend, even the peace we enjoy, it can all shift in a heartbeat. That's why every single breath, every heartbeat, every sunrise is not just routine, it's a divine reminder that we're alive by grace, not by control. When we begin to see life through this lens, everything changes. We stop wasting time on things that don't matter. We let go of grudges that weigh us down. We forgive more easily, speak more kindly, and live more freely. We stop living on autopilot and start living with awareness. Because when you truly understand that today might be your last, you no longer take it for granted. You begin to ask yourself, how can I honor God today? How can I love better, serve more, and be fully present? This mindset doesn't bring fear, it brings focus. It reminds us that every moment is an opportunity to grow closer to the purpose God created us for. Whether you're at work, with family, or even alone, each breath you take is a silent gift from the one who sustains you. And with that gift comes responsibility to use it wisely, not just for yourself, but for something higher, something eternal. When you start your day with that awareness, your choices begin to reflect it. You begin to value time more deeply. You speak words that uplift rather than tear down. You treat people with gentleness, knowing that every soul you meet is also on borrowed time. You start seeing beauty in ordinary things. A smile, a breeze, a moment of quiet. Life becomes sacred, not because it's perfect, but because it's fleeting. The urgency of time becomes your reason to live more meaningfully, to live not just for yourself, but for God. So don't wait for a tragedy to wake you up. Don't wait for a loss to make you see the value of what you have. Start now, right now, in this very moment. Choose to live fully, love deeply, and honor the life you've been given. Because life is short, but when you live it for God, it becomes a light that never fades. Living for God brings deeper peace than chasing the world. In a world that constantly pushes us to achieve more, own more, and be more, it's easy to get caught in a race that never ends. We chase approval, money, status, and temporary pleasures, hoping they will fill the emptiness inside. But the truth is, none of these things can satisfy the soul. They come and go. They lift you up one day and disappoint you the next. The more you run after the world, the more exhausted and anxious you become. But when you start living for God instead of the world, something shifts inside you. You stop measuring your worth by how others see you, and you start seeing yourself through the eyes of the one who created you. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone. Your peace doesn't depend on your bank account, your title, or your popularity. It comes from knowing you are loved, chosen, and guided by a power greater than anything this world can offer. That peace stays with you even in the middle of chaos. Living for God means your actions have meaning beyond the moment. You help others not to impress them, but to honor the one who gave you the strength to help. You forgive, not because they always deserve it, but because you know grace has been shown to you. You start letting go of things that used to control you, anger, comparison, fear, because now your heart is focused on a deeper purpose. And with that purpose comes peace, a calm that cannot be shaken by life's ups and downs. People who live for God walk through the same storms as everyone else, but they walk with strength. They lose things too, but they don't lose hope. They cry too, but they don't stay broken. Their joy comes from within, and it's not based on circumstances. That kind of peace is not loud or flashy. It's quiet, strong, and unshakable. And the world can't give it because the world didn't create it. So when the world tempts you to keep chasing what fades, pause. Remember that living for God brings a kind of fulfillment the world can never offer. It's the kind of life that allows you to rest even when everything isn't perfect. It's the kind of life where peace isn't a destination, it's the path. Kindness, forgiveness, and love are the real legacy. When our time on this earth is over, it won't be the houses we lived in, the money we saved, or the titles we earned that people remember. It will be how we made them feel. The small acts of kindness, the gentle words spoken in hard times, the moments we chose love over anger, these are the things that stay in people's hearts long after we're gone. Living every day for God means living with compassion, not for show, but because it's the path of the soul. It's easy to react when people hurt us. It's natural to hold on to pain or pride, but when we choose forgiveness, even when it's hard, we rise above the moment and reflect something greater. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting the wrong. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of bitterness. And when we forgive, we don't just heal relationships, we heal ourselves. It takes strength to be gentle and faith to choose mercy. But that strength and faith leave a powerful mark on the world. Love is not just a feeling, it's a decision. It's choosing to see someone's worth even when they don't see it themselves. It's choosing to listen when it's easier to judge. It's offering a hand when someone is falling, even if you're hurting too. Love is the most divine act a human can give. And when you live for God, love becomes your way of life. You see, every soul is valuable, every heart is worthy, and every moment is a chance to spread light. Kindness doesn't have to be big to be powerful. A smile to a stranger, a call to someone lonely, a silent prayer for someone hurting. These small things create ripples that go far beyond what we can see. When you live with kindness, you're not just doing good, you're showing the world what it means to live with purpose. You become a reminder that goodness still exists. So if you want to leave something that will never fade, leave kindness. If you want to be remembered, love deeply. If you want to live a life that reflects God, forgive quickly. Because when all else fades, these three things remain. And they are the legacy of a life lived in alignment with something eternal. Every struggle you face is shaping you for something greater. Life is full of moments that test your strength, your patience, and your faith. Sometimes it feels like everything is falling apart, like no one understands your pain, and like the future is just a blur. But what you may not see in the middle of your trial is that something deeper is being built within you. Your tears are not wasted. Your pain is not pointless. Every heartbreak, every delay, every disappointment, it's molding you, preparing you, and refining your spirit for something higher than you can imagine. When you live each day for God, you start to see struggles in a new light. You realize that you're not being punished, you're being prepared. Diamonds are made under pressure. Gold is purified by fire. And your soul is strengthened through the storms you face. The things that once broke you now build you. The wounds you carry become reminders of how far you've come. And as you walk through the valley, you begin to discover a quiet strength rising from within. Sometimes we want quick answers and fast relief, but God doesn't always remove the struggle. He uses it. He uses it to teach you patience when the world rushes, He uses it to teach you gratitude when others complain. He uses it to deepen your trust when things don't make sense. And in that process, you don't just survive, you grow. You learn who you are, and more importantly, you learn who He is. Faith doesn't always mean avoiding the storm. Sometimes it means walking through it and knowing you're not alone. Struggles also help you connect with others in a way that comfort never can. When you've been through something real, you can look someone in the eyes and say, I understand. Your pain becomes your platform, your healing becomes your testimony, your scars become signs that you've overcome. And that kind of wisdom, born from experience, becomes a light to others who are still in the dark. So don't give up when life gets hard. Don't run from the pain. Embrace the process, knowing that God is working even in the silence, even in the waiting. He sees your tears, He knows your heart, and He's using every bit of it to make you stronger, wiser, and more ready for the purpose He created you to fulfill. Time is the one gift we can't get back, and how we use it reveals what truly matters to us. Every sunrise is another chance to live with intention, to love a little deeper, and to walk closer to what we were created for. When we live for God, we begin to treat time not as something to kill, but as something to honor. We don't waste our days chasing things that won't last. We invest our moments in things that carry eternal value. Living with purpose means living with awareness that each second is sacred and each breath is a blessing. So many people go through life asleep, stuck in routines, distractions, or regrets. They wait for the perfect time, the right mood, or some distant moment to finally change, to finally do what they know they're meant to do. But the truth is, time doesn't wait. The clock keeps ticking whether we use it or not. That's why living for God means choosing to wake up spiritually, mentally, emotionally. It means recognizing that today is the only guarantee we have. And if we keep postponing what matters, we might miss the very reason we were placed on this earth. God doesn't ask for perfection, He asks for presence. He asks that we show up every day with a heart that's open and a spirit that's willing. Some days will be heavy, others will be filled with light, but in every kind of day, we have the chance to choose love, to choose growth, and to choose faith. Living for God doesn't require dramatic acts. Sometimes it's just being faithful in the small things, consistent in your kindness, and steady in your walk. It's also about making peace with your past and not letting your future paralyze you. Too many people are stuck in what was or what might be, and they miss what is. But when you live for God, you begin to trust that everything you've been through has led you to this very moment. And this moment is not meant to be wasted. There is something here for you, a lesson, a purpose, a divine reason that you're still breathing. So look at your life with fresh eyes. Don't wait for tomorrow to start living meaningfully. Start now. Start where you are with what you have, because time is precious, and when it's lived for God, even the ordinary becomes holy. Even the quiet moments become powerful, and even the smallest step becomes part of a much greater journey. Peace doesn't come from having a perfect life. It comes from knowing who's holding your life. In a world full of chaos, pressure, and uncertainty, real peace can feel impossible. But when you live every day for God, you begin to experience a calm that goes beyond understanding. You stop relying on your own strength and start trusting that there's a greater hand guiding your steps. Life still gets loud, but your soul learns to stay quiet. Things still go wrong, but your heart remains steady. This is the peace that only comes when you stop trying to control everything and start surrendering everything. We often carry too much. We carry expectations, burdens, fears, and past regrets. These things weigh us down, steal our joy, and block us from living fully. But peace enters the moment we let go. When we place our worries into God's hands, we stop fighting battles we were never meant to fight alone. We stop chasing people's approval and start resting in divine acceptance. Suddenly, we don't need everything to go our way to feel okay. We just need to know that God is with us, and that's more than enough. Living with peace also means treating others with grace. When you're at peace with yourself and with your Creator, you no longer feel the need to compete, to judge, or to prove anything. You become slower to anger, quicker to listen, and more patient with those around you. You carry peace into every room you enter, and your presence becomes healing. People may not always remember what you say, but they'll remember how safe and calm they felt around you. It's important to protect your peace. not by avoiding life, but by choosing where you put your focus. Choose what feeds your soul, not what drains it. Choose conversations that uplift, not tear down. Choose moments of quiet with God over endless noise. When you protect your peace, you protect your purpose, because a peaceful heart can hear the whisper of direction, the nudge towards something greater, and the calling you were made to follow. So let peace lead you. Let it be your rhythm and your response. Don't chase it in things or people. Find it in your connection with God, because in the end, peace is not found in a perfect life. It's found in a surrendered life, one that trusts, listens, and walks forward with quiet confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you are never walking alone. In the end, life isn't about how much we've collected, achieved, or shown to the world. It's about how much of our heart we gave to what truly matters. When we choose to live every day for God, we stop existing and start truly living. We begin to walk with meaning, love with depth, and rise with a quiet strength that doesn't come from us, but flows through us. The time we're given is short, but when it's lived with purpose, even the smallest moment can echo into eternity. So let today be your reminder that your life is not random. It is a part of something sacred. Don't wait for tomorrow to honor that gift. Start now. Choose love, choose peace, choose to live every breath for the one who gave it. Thank you for taking this journey with me today. I pray these words touch something in your heart, reminded you of your purpose, and encourage your spirit. Keep walking, keep trusting, and never forget you were created for more. Until next time, stay inspired, stay strong, and most of all, stay faithful.